All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us today here at Strike Three Fishing YouTube channel. We've got a couple great guests today. We got Jason Husky from H2 Bait Design and Manufacturing, and we got MLF BFL All American winner Connor Cunningham. And they got some big news happening in the bait world. And so thanks, everyone. I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight.
Thank you.
Uh, Joey from Croc-O Gator was supposed to be on here, but I think she's under the weather. So let's just jump into it and let's talk some X toads.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's do it. So, I guess I'll start at the top here. This will introduce, I guess, how Jason came about too with Croc-O-Gator. So this June we had a tournament on Truman. It was a BFL, and I basically started off the tournament with a buzz bait. Missed the first three bites I had, and they'd bite it and they'd have the bait, and you'd pull them 3 or 4 foot, and then they'd come off. So just out of nowhere, this idea hit me to incorporate a trailer hook into the bait. So, a couple days later, I thought about it and all that and got a hold of Joey with Croc-O-Gator. I said, hey, I think I've got a really good bait design. Let's get, and she really liked the idea. So she got us in touch with Jason here. And basically, I've been messing with baits since I was, 10, 11 years old. Been seriously upsetting my parents around the house, cooking plastic in the microwave, melting lead out back, all that good stuff. So,
Yeah.
it was really nice to get a good conversation with Jason about the bait, and I gave him a general idea, and he kind of took it from there. And then we've came out with the X Toad. It's a patent pending bait, frog that goes on to the X Bite buzz bait from Croc-O-Gator, and incorporates a trailer hook that keeps the deal stationary inside the frog and maximizes basically efficiency. Before, you could always throw, other toads on the back of any buzz bait and put a trailer hook on there, but the legs, were real thin and everything, and they'd fold over on top of the hook and all that, and it'd be basically a wasted cast. You'd be lined up behind a dock or a brush pile or something, your buzz bait would come in sideways because the leg was all tangled up. So that's how I got to meet Jason here, and we've come up with this bait and incorporated a lot of cool design with his feedback and expertise on tooling the molds and everything. And it was a really, really good process and a really quick process. Like I said, that was in June whenever we came out with the idea. And then by September, we had bags of baits and they were on the shelves and selling really, really well.
Right. So what stores are they in right now? I mean, just around Missouri area. Are they national yet?
Yeah, we've gone national a little bit. We're working on that. I believe there's a tackle shop as far out as South Carolina carrying them. We've got a couple out west. Lake Chickamauga has a really big tackle shop there that's carrying them, and then several stores in Missouri here. We've got one down at Table Rock, and then all the fit stores have them. And there's several others I'm missing. I wish Joey was feeling better and could be on here with us tonight, but
Right.
the toad's catching on and making its way around the country.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how I got to meet Connor, and as he said, we built a lot of features into this toad that not all of them get talked about, but he can, when he rigs it up, he'll be able to show you. But one thing that I wanted to incorporate in this toad is, if I can get it in the camera, is some meat up here at the head. It's a big problem with toads when you throw them up or thread them up on the hook, that they'll split. So I added meat there, and it really went, like Connor said, it really went seamless. I think we had one revision, if I'm not mistaken, and then we were good from there. So I think I don't remember the date that I talked to him, but yeah, it was like less than 2 months, and we had them on the shelf. And my background is machining, engineering, and design, and so that's kind of fits my deal. So, and I love to fish, as you guys well know, and so I'm a bait junkie too, and I got into designing them a few years ago, and then he come out with this idea, and I was like, man, that is an awesome idea. I know exactly what he wants to do.
Right.
I was like, wow, what an idea. It's a great idea. And I was like, I knew exactly what he was looking for. So I was just like, all right, I just ran with it. And then I sent him the original design. And like I said, I think we changed the belly a little bit and moved the hole, and we were good to go.
Good to go. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, Jason's been really, really awesome to work with. I'm sure I've sent him a couple late night texts with some other ideas, and it's been my fear that I'm going to drive the guy nuts with different ideas. But with his help with H2, we've got a lot of cool stuff coming out. With me fishing the invitationals next year, I've been studying a lot of other lakes I'm not used to fishing, and definitely been wearing Jason out with some ideas on different baits that are going to hopefully work around the country and here in the Ozarks too. So a lot of unique stuff, and I know Croc-O, and myself are really, really excited to partner with them on this.
Absolutely. And I know Jason had another little bait with you a while ago. Do you want to kind of get into that one?
Yeah, the shorty. I'm sure everybody's seen it out on Facebook. This is just a little 3.5 inch. We call it the shorty. This is obviously rigged on a jig. Works great for drop shot, Ned rig, obviously. It's available on the website, and I believe Tombstone Tackle has it. Fitz Fishing will have it. And we're making, I think, 11 different colors in it. And it's pretty. This is kind of a little. I know Harlan hit it on the other night, but it's something that I've done in the winter for a couple of years. Is put these little Ned style baits on the back of a jig trailer, and it's kind of a sleeper deal, but it works really good. And this tail will stand up when this thing hits the bottom, so this tail will float. And you barely have to move that jig. You don't even have to move the jig. You can just twitch your line a little bit, and that tail will almost have a swimming motion like that. So it works really well. And like I said, drop shot fishing or just a straight Ned head bait as well. Very versatile bait.
Right. Good deal. Well, Connor, do you want to congratulations on your All-American win at Lake
Thank
Hamilton.
you.
So you want to kind of go over that a little bit and kind of, what worked for you and all that good stuff?
Yeah, sure. I could talk about that all day, but yeah, if you told me at the beginning of the year here that was going to go down, I would have never, ever believed you. So total blessing, and it's provided me with the opportunity to fish professionally next year. That's always been a dream of mine to fish professionally. We're going to try it next year, but basically a rundown on Lake Hamilton is I did a lot of studying on it, and everything pointed to, brush pile fishing, deep stuff, all that. And I went down a couple times before the official cutoff and all that, and just looked deep. I think I found every single brush pile, every rock pile, anything you could possibly catch a bass around deeper than 10, 12 foot. And basically spent the rest of the pre-practice and then the first 2 days of the official, or I guess the first day of practice, official practice. They only gave you 2 days. And then, I guess the official practice day, something just struck me to go throw a topwater bait. So I hit the bank with that. There was no one else doing it, and started getting bites from, really good quality fish pretty quick. So I didn't really know the potential of it just because it was kind of a deal where I didn't want to be seen on any offshore stuff. I didn't want to burn up anything. So I was more or less doing it to kill time. And of course, that's probably one of my favorite ways of fishing, throwing a buzz bait and top waters. So luckily it worked out. And like I said, I had no idea it was going to work like that during the tournament whenever it started. I figured I was going to give myself 2-3 hours throwing it in the morning and then go from there and pretty much fish all the offshore stuff that I found. So
cool.
They never quit biting it. And basically I just kind of got to lay off of them. And it was, like I said, a total blessing. I've never had a tournament like that where you have that pattern completely to yourself. There was no one else doing anything like that. So
wow.
Awesome event. And I just hope it can happen one more time in my life like that. That was awesome.
Heck yeah. Congratulations again. So if anybody on here has any questions, I'm sure these guys would answer a couple, if anybody's got anything. Looks like we got Reed Husky. Me and Hannah are watching Dad. So
Yeah, that's my boy, my daughter. uh, biggest fans. So,
oh yeah, oh yeah,
well, I can talk a little bit about. So, when you go to develop a bait, I usually start. Like if somebody sends me an idea, like Connor, or obviously we bounced a lot of ideas off each other, but it usually starts for me right here on a notebook, and I sketch it out, and then I highlight, like, I don't know if you can read all this, but features that I want or he wants on a bait, and I'll highlight every bit and make sure I design it in the bait. Uh, I'm pretty meticulous about every feature that's put into that bait, the ribbing, uh, how the tail's shaped, any of it. So when I get that sketch to where I want it, then I'll start my 3D modeling process, which is just a CAD software, and I'll start drawing the bait on. And the reason I start with a sketch because I need dimensions, obviously, to start with, and then once I get a model out and I can see it, and it's then a physical object, then I can start tweaking it. I think that's what helps with like Connor said, when you fish your whole life, you have a good idea of what you think would work. So it ain't like you don't know what it's going to do in the water. So I get to that point, and then I start sending drawings, models, pictures, whatever to Connor, and say, okay, here's what I got so far, and I get feedback. And then he says, okay, tweak this, let's do this, let's do this, and then once we get through that process, then I design a mold. So then I lay a part in there. I do all that work, cut the mold in my CNC machine I have there at the shop, full CAM software, and I can. If Connor gives me an idea on Monday, I can pour plastic Wednesday, Thursday.
wow, pretty quick.
Yeah,
Pretty quick turnaround there.
it's I really enjoy it, and getting to work with guys like Connor is great, and Joey is fantastic too. She's great to work with. And then so I build the mold, pour some baits, send them out, and then we start the testing process, and then we go back to the beginning and do Rev 2, Rev 3, however long it takes to get it right. Like I said, fortunately on the toad, it didn't take much, but
Right.
we got some other stuff that we're working on, and it's going to probably take a few more revisions to get to where he wants it. But
Right.
really exciting stuff.
Yeah. And then you get out. Obviously, Connor gets out with the bait and plays with it and tweaks it if you want. And
Yeah. And feedback's important. And I don't live close to a lake, which I'm an hour from Wapapella, and that's about as close as I am. I'm not very close to Table Rock or Lake of the Ozarks like I wish I was. Better testing these baits, but so Connor gets out, tests the baits, gives me feedback, and we do another revision and keep moving forward to get it out there.
Mhm.
And so it's fun. It's like I don't work anymore. I mean, obviously I have my day job.
Right.
Luckily, I can get by with doing all this during the day because me and my brother own our own business on the other side too. So thank goodness for that.
Exactly. I know the baits you were making. Some of the baits you made before were really high quality baits, and you know, uh, your trick worms and crawls and stuff, and because we've used them here at Mark Twain and done well with them, but they're high quality baits, and that's what you're getting with H2.
Yeah. So just working with Joey and Connor. Like I said, it's been great, and look forward to the future. With us together.
Because there's some other baits coming down the pipe, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah. So I mean, it's just like the X Toad. That I guess, process of the trailer hook rigging. I won't go too far into anything with new baits, but we'll just say the X-Toad, the process of rigging the X-Toad, which I can show you here in a second,
Okay.
is patent pending right now. So we're going to take that I guess idea and try to incorporate it into some other baits to try to make bait X or whatever a better hookup percentage or more efficient with using a trailer hook. So
Right.
we'll do that, and then we've got some other really cool stuff coming on. So I personally am really excited. Like Jason said, it's not work. It's very enjoyable, and with his help, it's pretty interesting.
Right. Exactly. I can't wait. So,
Yeah, I told
Oh yeah.
me and Connor laughed a little bit. I said, if we live close to each other, I don't think we'd ever sleep between the two of us.
be up all
Yeah.
night doing this, doing that. No sleep. You might not even eat, right?
Oh man, yeah, it's just total blast working on it. So
Exactly.
So I don't work with my brother, and I can attest I would be in trouble with my employer if Jason lived that close and we could work on baits all the time. That would be a problem for Connor.
Right. Cool. So you want to go ahead and rig that up, or?
Yeah, I can give you a quick rundown here.
Yeah.
So basically, here's the frog. If I can line it up, you can see in the middle of the back of the bait, it's got just an indentation and then a reinforced area other way right there. So that's going to help house the trailer hook. And this part right here is Jason's part of the design, but the legs are super thick. They still have a really good action. Nothing's lost there, but this keeps the legs from folding over the trailer hook, even when it is rigged. So I'll do my best here to keep it in the frame here, but
Yeah.
you take a trailer hook. I use, 2 or 3/0 straight shank Gamakatsu trailer hook. Color, I don't think matters, but basically you're going to take the point of the trailer hook and rig it straight into the hole on the back. And then you're going to go straight through the channel. There's not really a channel, but a reinforced area. It's got dots on it to help. I don't know if I can get you to see that any better, but that's going to line up the trailer hook to make it completely straight. A lot of it will correct itself whenever you thread the buzzbait on, but that's just kind of a guide to just make it as square as possible. So you're going to pull the trailer hook through the bait, and then you're going to rotate it and then pull it straight down. So then the eye of the trailer hook is going to look something like this. It's going to be straight in the middle of the back of the toad. It's a little, it should look like that whenever it's done. And then you're going to take your buzz bait. Of course, this is to fit a Croc-O Gator X-Toad or X-Bite buzz bait really well. It will work with others, but this is kind of the idea with it. So you just rig it on basically straight like you normally would from here, and the main shank of the buzz bait is going to interlock with the trailer hook, and then slide it on just like so, and everything's straight. It's tailored perfectly to fit straight on there. I don't know how well you can see that, but
Yeah,
the trailer hook is locked into the main hook. It's not going to go anywhere. A big question we do get a lot is, do you need to use a stopper? You can. I don't personally think you need to. I think after you catch probably 10 or 15 fish on it, and this toad will do that with Jason's help. This is a stout plastic. You can catch a ton of fish on it. The tails aren't going to rip off that easy. But back to the stopper, I just use a milk jug punch out. You can slide on there to reinforce it if you really want to. But I mean, honestly, you probably don't even really need it. But
no.
Everything's straight, and it will get you a few extra fish, especially later in the year. They will still bite it in December, trust me. But that trailer hook is really a key, late in the year when they do short strike. It's caught a few extra fish for me here in the last couple of weeks even. So
Cool.
that's the rigging on the X-Bite.
That's awesome. That's it's a very. I mean, I've used it obviously, and it's very durable. I mean, you can catch multiple fish on it. So that could be a good thing or a bad thing, I guess.
It's all about efficiency in tournament fishing. I think we'll all agree on that. And whenever you don't have to readjust your bait or, reel it in real quick after you made that perfect cast to fix the legs on it or whatever, or even just, change it out after a bluegill or something's bit the tail off. It's all about efficiency, and we truly feel like this bait is about as efficient as it gets now.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I mean, skipping everything. We did a lot of testing and casting. Skipping, beating it around, just trying to get the legs to hook up in the trailer hook, and they didn't. So we knew we had that part right. And if you really look, see how that trailer hook's a little angled down on this one, and I like that because it's almost right in line with the legs when they're riding in the water. And this bait planes when you watch this buzzbait come through the water, it planes very, very well. There's no sideways action going on with it. So
Right.
do with the belly design, and of course the buzzbait as well. But yeah, it's I mean, it just works. It doesn't get tangled up like Connor said. It's always you can't run a trailer hook otherwise. You're just fighting it.
Right.
So.
Exactly. We got Jim Coiner on here. Wants to know when we're going to Palmy.
Yeah. All right, Jim. We're going, buddy. I promise.
He'll call you, Jimmy.
Yeah. I talked to him the other day.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah. I talked to him today on the phone for a little bit after he got off work. So hopefully he gets his boat up and running so he can get back out on the water. So
He has the worst luck with boats of it.
yeah, he does. Yeah.
At least on Palmy, it's small enough. If you have trouble, you're probably okay still. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fun lake to fish.
It is. It really is. It's crazy how many big fish are in that lake. There's a lot.
Yeah, because you've had pretty good luck down there. I know, Jason. I know you've won some tournaments down there, and this year, I believe. And I've never fished the lake, but I heard it's a fun lake.
It is, and the fish. What I like about it is the fish get deep, and I love to fish out deep. I mean, I love to fish shallow too. I mean, obviously, I fish Mark Twain, but I love to fish deep. So it's a nice change up.
Yep, absolutely.
Fish 25 foot water.
Would you have 20 pounds in August to win a tournament?
Yeah, almost 21 pounds.
Nice.
In September.
They had we fished a tournament there, I guess it was 2 weeks ago now, and it took 22 pounds and 50-degree water. And I guess, fishermen lie all the time. They said they were caught on a top water. So
yeah,
pretty incredible lake. It's about an hour, 15 minutes north of where I live, and I love going up there. I mean, that's definitely on the list for, just fun fishing.
Right.
Sure. And tournaments if they got one there.
Yeah. So do you get to Lake of the Ozarks a lot, Connor, too, as well? I'm guessing you get down there quite a bit.
Not as much. I guess Table Rock's probably my home lake is what I would call it, and then Bull Shoals a lot, Stockton, Pomme de Terre, and then of course if there's a tournament coming up, I'll go to Truman or Lake of the Ozarks, Grand, wherever. But yeah, if it's just a Saturday, nothing coming up, it's usually Table Rock or Stockton, something like that. A little closer than everything else for me.
Right. Now that X toad, there's what, 3 colors? Is there 3 colors out, right? Is there black or is there 4? Okay.
Yep. Black, white, the old school yellow, and gray.
Okay.
The old school look like a bus.
Looks like a school bus.
Huh? School bus yellow.
School bus. Great color.
Yeah. Are those going to be pretty much the 4 colors you're going to have right now, you think? Or
for now?
No.
I think there's some talk about different colors, maybe next year.
Right.
But for now, yeah, that's about all you need, really, is those 4.
Right.
I like the yellow.
Just keeping it at 4. Yeah, that was good. They cover pretty much all the bases. Of course, Jason and I have talked about a couple off the wall colors that we are both actually pouring at home, and they're not out for production. So maybe one day we can talk about that too. But
yeah,
that was an interesting conversation. But yeah, we feel like those 4 are really good covering of the bases, and And then
Sure.
we wanted to throw the yellow one in there. We feel like, a lot of times with a buzz toad, they see a ton of black and white ones for good reason. They're all really effective colors, but that yellow sometimes, just a nice little different look under certain applications that we feel like will hopefully get more bites.
Sure.
I mean, you don't have to. You can rig it on just a standard 6/0 hook and run across a more subtle presentation. I mean, I know some guys that like the Ozarks that skip the docks with it without on a buzz bait. So it skipped really, really good with not on a buzz bait, and it works really good then.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Looks like Jay Beff is on here. Surprised Jason is still walking after leaking the school dark yellow frog color.
Yeah. OJ.
Here's a question here. Do you feel that some buzzbait blades get in the way of hook sets?
I mean, I caught fish that had the entire buzzbait in their mouth. I've caught fish at Mark Twain 4-pounders, and all you see is a line when you're reeling the fish in.
Right.
I don't know that I would know the answer to that. Connor might know better than me.
Yeah, I've thought about that a ton. Trust me, and it kind of bothered me for a while about throwing the buzzbait till I started throwing the Croc-O ones. They've got you can't really see it in the video here, but the wire's relatively light. So I feel after I've thrown it a lot more is, even if they do, bite the whole entire bait, that wire's so light, it just compresses right down. And then, it's usually not an issue. And then especially with the trailer hook, like Jason said, if they got that far in their mouth, they're in trouble, especially with the trailer hook hanging on behind there. But even just a regular head knocker buzz bait, it's a great bait if you want to skirt. But that wire's light enough, if they bite the whole entire thing, it's going to compress down. And I feel like you're going to get a good hook set anyway.
Right.
Yeah, it's not really a bait you lose a lot of fish on, typically.
Right. We got looks like Jimmy's got another question here. Don Carroll, the original owner of Croc-O Gator, used to have a double dip tube. Think you might bring it back?
Well,
I want to say she's already brought that back. That's probably 6 months ago. She rolled them out. I think there's several different colors and pretty popular. So yeah, Jim, I think you're in luck.
There you go, Jimmy.
Jump on her website, Croc-O Gator. They're on there.
I know she's wanting to get a pretty good presence up here at Mark Twain Lake area too. So we're working on a few stores up here in the area around the lake here. So I think it'd be good to get all the baits up in this area as well.
I'm pretty sure. I think Doug's listening. Don Carroll was from that neck of the woods down here by me. When he developed it or started Croc-O Gator back in '84.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Used to fish Wapapella, if I'm not mistaken. Doug could probably verify that. He's on. But yeah, it's his grandson actually came by my shop the other day and dropped off some old Croc-O Gator stuff, the old worms and stuff that they used to make back in the day, telling some really cool stories. And so yeah, Croc-O Gator's been in this Ozark area for a long time. So
right.
Yeah. Pretty neat to listen. He was there for at least an hour talking, and it was a really cool conversation. He used to work on the boat and stuff as a kid, and it was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's good information right there. It's good to talk to people like that, get the history of a company.
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
Yeah, he was a super nice kid. When I say kid, he's probably in his 30s, but when you're old like me, 30s is young. So
Right. 30's young, hit mid 40s, I don't know.
yeah, I mean, I'm a grandpa, so
Like oh, me too. I got like 4 of them. I just got one in there crying right now that her her middle boy just had a new baby 2 days ago. So we got the one they had about 8 months ago in the house now while they're taking care of the new one. So I got about 7 too. So he keeps me busy. So
oh yeah, oh
I don't
yeah,
seem like we're that old to be a grandpa, but I guess so.
yeah. I know. I feel you there,
It's like Randall Honeycutt. What's up, boys?
Randall.
What's up, Randall?
See here. Anybody's got any questions? Feel free to drop them in the comments below. Got some good information tonight. Going to be some big things happening.
For sure.
So, you know. So is your brother? Has he been staying busy, Jason?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yep. Work with him every day,
yeah,
the good and the bad.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. When are you going to get up here to Mark Twain to do some crappie fishing? Anytime soon?
Man, I don't know.
Yeah,
These Croc-O Gator, they keep me busy.
yeah,
They
yeah,
keep me busy.
Poor Jason.
yeah.
Yeah, don't feel sorry for me.
Yeah. Uh-oh. So you
Yeah.
crappie fish a lot, Connor, or are you just pretty strict?
I don't. I've got a buddy that does it a lot, and like I said, he's been helping me a lot with the live scope and everything. So
Mhm.
I guess after being around him a little bit, it's pretty interesting. It's pretty fun to catch him, especially at Truman. I'm sure Mark Twain's pretty similar, but
Yeah.
I do like to eat them. I can promise you that. So whenever they're biting, if I go to Lake of the Ozarks in the spring and I can somehow come home with 15 of them, it's going down. I
Yep.
will. I'll take as many of those as I can get within the law, of course.
Yeah, I had fish tacos, crappie tacos tonight. So
Nice.
wasn't too bad. Except there must be a lettuce shortage at the store because I couldn't find lettuce anywhere at the grocery store. I don't know what's going on there, but anyway, they were still good.
Hmm.
A little tortilla and a little salsa and some cheese. Hard to beat some fresh cold water crappie. But
I catch them every time I'm on Lake of the Ozarks jerkbait fishing. Big ones.
right.
I mean,
That's
look,
Mark Twain's one of them lakes the bass kind of shut off here. 45-degree water. I mean, they're you can catch them probably, but they get kind of tough, and then so it's pretty much crappie time till spring. So
yeah, there's a good reason they don't
Or,
run tournaments on Mark Twain in the winter.
right,
yeah.
exactly. We got a question from Chris Power. He goes, Connor, what tournament are you most looking forward to in 2023?
So that one is really easy for me. A couple of years ago, my tournament partner, I was fishing the solo pro stuff here in Missouri. He was fishing the BFL, so we kind of help each other practice. And he actually hopped in the Okie division to try to qualify for the regional on Table Rock. So whenever I saw Lake Eufaula in Oklahoma on there, I got really excited. And it's a big investment to fish. I guess the invitationals next year. Like I said, I've always wanted to do it, so it's pretty much a no-brainer. But whenever I saw Lake Eufaula in Oklahoma on there, I got really excited because it's dirty water, shallow. They bite spinner baits and buzz baits and flipping a Croc-O reaction jig, 3/4 ounce. So for me, it doesn't get any better than that. So that's probably the one I'll do the worst in now that I've opened my mouth about that. But I'm very much looking forward to Lake Eufaula in Oklahoma more than any
All right.
other stop that we've got. on the list. So, of
Well,
course,
we'll
looking forward to all of them. A lot of the grass fishing is going to be a learning experience, and I'm doing what I can to learn it. But yeah, to answer your question, Chris, that's the one, Lake Eufaula, Oklahoma.
But we'll make sure to hit you on after that tournament, and we can talk about it if you
Yeah.
How far is Eufaula for you, Connor?
It's about 4 hours. It's not terrible. With the exception of Lake of the Ozarks, it's going to be really nice. I've looked at Lake Okeechobee. That's about 18 hours for me. Clarks Hill's about 13, and then Lake Eufaula is going to be 4. So that's going to be a really nice fresh air to have a little drive, I guess, versus a 2-day broken up ordeal for all the other ones.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, there's some it's a pretty good field I seen on the list the other day they came out with. So there's going to be a lot of good guys in that, fishing that circuit.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, swing for the fences, So,
no doubt. We'll try her out for a year and see what happens. So,
that's right.
Very much looking forward to it. Like I said, it's been a dream forever. So
yeah,
I'm going to pass up that opportunity.
Heck no! Congratulations again. That's awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, you guys got anything else you want to chit chat about, or?
Well, I think we covered it, most of it.
Yeah. I just wanted to let everybody know what was going on with Croc-O Gator and the X Toad and H2 and big things going to come down the pipe. So
Yeah.
I know for me as a pro staff member of Croc-O Gator, I'm very much looking forward to working with Jason some more and having some ideas that I've got, come to life. Usually, it's not that easy to get a hold of someone to tool up a mold for you and produce it if it works. So the X-Toad's done great as far as sales go and everything, and hopefully we can come up with something else that'll be equally innovative, I guess.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing everything hit the market. And did you lose me there?
Nope, you're back.
No, I'm back.
I got you.
Connection. Internet's kind of sketchy out here at the lake here every once in a while. So
yeah.
Well, thank you all for joining me tonight. And if anybody else has got any questions, now's the time. Real quick, Randall, what makes you decide on throwing a jerk bait versus a jig? I don't know.
Ooh, that's a good question. As for me, I like throwing a jerk bait anytime the water's cold. Not so much a jig. I can't slow down that easily, so I always lean towards the jerk bait. I love throwing that thing in the wintertime, but I guess I'd pick up the jig if the jerk bait's not working. Always a good year-round bait. So
yep.
As for me, whenever they're not biting the jerk bait, I'll go to the jig.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, well, cool. I won't keep you all any longer, but I really appreciate y'all being on here and hope you enjoyed yourself.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, man. Thanks for all the information.
Yep.
And like I said, this will be on the channel, Strike 3 Fishing. As soon as I get off here, it'll go on the channel where everybody can tune in whenever they want and rewatch it. And just put a new crappie video out today. So start pumping them crappie videos out on the channel. So well, appreciate it, guys.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right,
thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for joining me, and I'll talk to y'all soon.
All right, thanks.
All right, see you.
Bye.